Kristen Lake. Word that just I don't see some of our normal people our regulars aren't here today, but I think Larry, I think I saw you down there hiding, so appreciate you. Thank you so much for returning back. Thank you, Jessica, for returning back as well. All right, so what we're going to do here is basically what I do is if you stick with me for about a year, you start seeing similar classes because I have these, and if you guys are wanting to go and see and get speed date or speed dial, whatever you want to call it, go to All In with Eric Hatch and you will find uh, it's on YouTube and you'll find a bunch of recorded classes that you're welcome to go check out there and see a lot of stuff. So if you're wanting to, find some, there is a recorded version on this one as well. Last time we taught this one was in September. So I just kind of changed the dates right here and I go back about 6, 8 months and then kind of teach. But like today, I don't know if there's anybody in this group that's even had this one back then. So if you come into a class and go, okay, he taught this one a couple months ago and maybe I want to refresh, great, stay along. If not, then feel free, drop off and go prospect or something. But today, this is my drive right there. So if you guys want to take a picture of that, so any like handouts and stuff, we've got some really good handouts. I'll just show you right now and tell you that please go to the drive and get the one that is your perfect day that actually will be, it will actually, it's a checklist of working through your day to be able to do and make your calls and stuff. So that's a really good one there as well. And then Jessica, if you want to just keep me up to date on chats and there's anything I need to watch, that'd be great so that I don't miss anything. All right. So what I want you guys to know is that yes, you got Kristen's come back on. You guys have got brand new people, whatever it might be, is these are some companies that you guys want to make sure that you want to brand yourself completely the same. So whatever pictures you guys have, whatever logos, whatever your license numbers, territories that you guys create, tons of more pictures that you guys want to do, and a ton of reviews. So we want to get the reviews as best that we possibly can, and the most that you can, because literally this week and last week, I think I've actually went out this week, like not a big super fan when somebody calls you on a Tuesday and says, "Hey, we're coming into town tomorrow," and you got to rearrange your whole schedule. But I can make that happen. But they were all finding me on Google and Yelp. We just closed a couple escrows because of that. So all your profiles need to match. So if you have the same colors, YouTube, Facebook, all your social media stuff, make sure you have the same picture. Make sure it's a current picture. Okay, because I do see some very young pictures, and I'm probably getting close to needing to change mine. But you got Tony Gonzalez. We'll shout out his name. Yeah, his picture is at least 20 years ago. But it's great. He's my former broker and a coworker here in our office. But go and make sure you do this. And so you want to get, and I'm going to show you basically how you do it, because when you do the Google reviews, the only thing that you can do a review that if you have to buy or sell something to someone, you cannot get a Zillow review unless somebody was a client of yours, either purchased, rented, or sold a house. The rest of these on Realtor.com, I call them character reviews. So if you guys don't, if you're brand spanking new, Scott and Janet, or not, it wasn't that. It was nope, sorry, it wasn't. You guys were been doing that for a while. It was John Judson. That's who brand new. All right. So whatever you are in your life about real estate, if you don't have a Google review and you don't have a Realtor.com review, you can actually get what's called a character review of going and asking. I know we haven't bought or sold a home. I know you've known me for, 10, 20 years. Do you mind going over and giving a character review of what character I have and what you feel about me and my work ethic or whatever you want to say? But then they can put that on there. They can go to Google. So sometimes if you get a review from Google, you can go copy and paste it and put it on Realtor.com. So you can actually just get more reviews. If I go to Realtor.com and I go pull up a house, since let's say I don't have MLS up in Chico, and I go and use Realtor.com, then I will go and search down and I'll go, where's the real estate agent? And I'll go down at the bottom and I'll click on it and I'll find them. Or if I'm looking for an agent to refer into, let's say, San Diego market or something, and I'm just looking at what business they have, and it says, be the first to review. It's like, no, I'm not probably going to pick that agent because they don't even have any reviews for me to even to review on who they are. So it's really important. And that goes also to the MLS upper left. The MLS, get your picture on the MLS. I've literally gotten buyers, which is weird, but I've gotten buyers who've called me because they found me through the MLS search and they saw my bio. So, and you need to take your bio and take that and put it in a Word document, and you tweak that Word document. And we do this twice a year. You're going to see us do this in November-ish, December, and you're going to do this in the mid-year where you go and copy that, change it up. Okay, now I've got a few more years of real estate. Okay, now we just had another child, or now we just upgraded this, and you copy that bio, and then you go to all of these places and you change your bio all the way around. But I'm going to stay and today we're going to talk about Google. How do you guys get to be the rated and rate? We're going to talk about it. It's the map location. You guys can go on and just click on there and say who's the top agent in Chico, who's the top agent in Reno, who's the top agent wherever it might be. And who's going to pop up? Have you guys Googled that before? Go Google that and say who is the top real estate agent, best real estate agent, top producing real estate agent, agent near me, or, in a certain town. And you want to kind of see what you're going to happen is they're going to pop up in this, what's called map group. There's going to be a rotation of 3 or 4 of these agents that are going to rotate through, and then people are going to see you and find you. I think it was, I don't have the number on half hand, but it was, I think 30 something sales last year that I had just by on my Google and my Yelp review pages, because they're finding you there. I see that you got good, great reviews. I think at least there's 2 or 3 more people. And I'm going to share in other classes of what you do. Those people that called me on Tuesday and said, go show me houses tomorrow, I met them, signed an agreement with them. We're good to go. Those people who say, I found you on Google, but I'm not thinking about coming for maybe 2 or 3 or 4 weeks. You set up a Zoom interview with them and you go over for 30 to 45 minutes on a Zoom meeting, and you like solidify you as the buyer agent for them in your territory. Okay. So that's going to be happening. There's probably a new review here that this gentleman who I showed property for a couple months, then I chased him for probably about 6 or 7 or 8 months, haven't seen him for a while, sent him a text and said, are you still looking to buy in here? Because you haven't returned my calls, or haven't responded to any of my leads and listings that I'm sending you. And he goes, oh, Eric, I'm so sorry. We've been busy. We're putting things on hold. We might look at a different area. I said, okay, no worries. Thanks for getting back to me. But can you do me a favor? Sure. Can you go onto Google? I'll send you a review link right now. And can you give me a review of what my service is? So even if they don't buy or sell a house with you, you've got to maximize the most reviews. Now, all he did is he just went into Google, hit 5 stars, and then hit enter. I would prefer him to say something about me. But what the key here on these reviews is that, and I'm going to show you a little clip that you can take a picture of kind of how I asked for it. But you need to want what you helped him with, what area you helped him with. And then when you respond, so when I go back in and respond to this, my 5-star review, and he didn't say anything about it, I'm going to fill in the blanks by thanking him for filling out the 5-star review. And it has been great to be looking and searching for a home for you in the Nevada City area. So now the algorithms will pick up the city, they'll pick up the name. So that's really important. So you want to go ahead and manage your business profile. If you guys don't have, we're going to talk about that if you don't have your business, I need you guys to go to business.google.com, and you need to log in and you need to create your business. Now, I think it was interesting. I probably don't want to unshare this, but I'll stay with it. But I was looking at the map the other day, and there's a Century 21 office, and boom, there it was. This other agent's name was right there in that office. So you want to be careful because you can't commandeer your office. You can't just say that this is my own office and here I am in Chico or Redding or wherever you might be. It has to be you're working in the office. Because it has to be kind of a DBA of that. That's just your address. So I know that in the past where all of a sudden if anybody put in real estate of Century 21 office in Auburn, only one agent showed up because they kind of commandeered or controlled the whole entire business of that address. You're just saying, I'm doing business as Eric Catch Real Estate at my location of 10063. But do not go in and say, take over your Century 21 Cornerstone, your Century 21 Select office. So you can get here. So you can see that I'm verified. And that's what you want to have is you want to get verified. You want them to know that you have a business there. And sometimes they're going to make a real quick phone call. When you go click through that, they might make a phone call and say, okay, call here, please, and dial this number, and here's the code to be able to verify. Then something, whether it's a bot, whether it's a real person, they might pop up and say, okay, just want to verify, give me more information about your house or your business. And sometimes it might be by mail. I don't know if I have that, but yeah. So here's a Google card that you'll actually get in the mail. And it will come in the mail saying, hey, you've requested to be a business that you're, saying that you work here at this place. They are cracking down a little bit because there's too many businesses that want to expand larger, because I am a little not a fan of you guys geographically. If you know where Auburn is, you know where Sacramento is, and if somebody puts best agent in Auburn and some Sacramento agent that's 45 minutes away pops up in there, I'm not a big fan of that. So they're trying to crack down to make it a little bit more localized, because they don't even work in this area, but they're just collecting, people's names and trying to, maybe they'll pass a referral on. So if you get something like this, they might even actually have a connect, and they might send you the postcard. Then you can go back and connect with that postcard, put in that little digit numbers. Sometimes they might even require, and I'm going to show you in a minute, they might even require some pictures of your business or picture of your desk or something too. So when you come into your Google My Business, once you get your business profile set up, that's when you go put your picture in there. And I'm going to talk about other pictures, and you want to put in hundreds of pictures. You immediately stick in, I don't care if it's just pictures of houses, pictures of you, pictures of a sold sign. If you guys are brand new, go grab a sold sign that says sold with Eric, sold with Kristen, sold with whatever, and you just want to go back. So Kristen's got 25 years of business that she could just go and Google like crazy and put all these pictures. Because if you're not going in on an active monthly basis and adding more pictures, then your algorithms aren't picking up. But if Google sees that you're going in and adding picture after picture after picture, and you've got 600, pictures in there of that, it sees that you're actively working. So even if you actually have a picture of you in front of your office, standing in front of your office, say, guys, please, here's my office, and put a little caption on the bottom of a picture. So it's something that you're putting in. But when you scroll on your business down here, and you probably can't see it, but it's probably down here on the bottom. But when you go down, I don't know if I have that, but it is. There's like a little link down here, which we're going to talk about in a moment, of where you get your Google business profile link to send to people, which is right down. You got to scroll one click down when you're on that site, and it will say, here's your link. Then you can create that link. I've taken that link and I've gone to bit.ly.com, which you can shorten the URL. I don't want to send them a giant URL, click here for business Google page, blah, blah, blah. It just says click here to, give Eric a review on Google. And you can shorten that URL and make that more like custom, so it feels like they're more trusted to be able to click on that, which is nice. So it's going to talk about your services. So when you get in there, you're going to have to talk about what are your services, and you're going to put service areas. You're going to put real estate. You're going to put, different things that you can customize that. So make sure you put the real estate in there. Okay. Don't forget to put your business category. So very important. And what other services? Some of us, I've got property management services. I don't do property management other than my own rentals, but I do get calls on that often, because I have that in my service. So when they Google property management near me, I will tell you, I can't picture it right offhand, but I talked to a lady yesterday. For 3 years we've been chatting, because she called me on the property, for a property management, and I refer to our property management company, but I still talk to her. And now it's been 3 years. I just talked to her as one of my calls this last week. And she goes, hey, Eric, how are you? And da, 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 we're good. So when they recognize your voice, she's got 3 rentals that are all up in the kind of up by Colfax. And when she goes to sell them, because I've been having a 3-year relationship with her and giving her, what else do you need? Oh, I need a handyman. Okay, great. Here's this person's number. How are things going with your other house? And I just talked to him. So I would put property management, have your phone of a property manager. If you're brand new, get it from your manager, who our select property management person is, and have that. But at least you can have a conversation about that and chat with them about it. But I've gotten many different listings, and then when I pass them on to property management, if they ever come back, I'm in their system saying that Eric's the one that referred them 2 years ago. Then they could do, reciprocate and refer them back to you. So just a pro tip there. So there's your photos. Add a zillion photos. Just go up there and photo after photo after photo, but make sure you have you in there. I literally, it's not a great photo, but it's what I've got. And God gave me that face and that's just what we are, right? Sometimes you guys like thinking, I don't know if I really like my picture on everything, but you just have to do it. I've got somebody years ago that said, you just look like a real honest person, so I'm calling you. Now, if I didn't have my picture on there, well, I never would have got that phone call. But I've got customer appreciation parties. We're at the movies, wherever it is. You just take pictures with your clients and you throw them on there. All right. So that's really important. And put your hours. I like this one, which I can never change, located in CVS. That's exactly where I'm at. Well, I'm looking at CVS, but they won't change it even though I'm in the parking lot of CVS because they're kind of have this as a giant address. But I've got your towns, your cities, because you can actually go and put a ton of, manage your business profile and put 15 different locations and cities of where you actually serve. All right. So make sure that you guys are doing that. So here is, if you want to take a picture of this, this is what I kind of send out. It says, thank you for choosing, Eric Hatch. I wonder if you'd be willing to leave a quick online review. Now, what I'm doing before, I'm actually talking to my clients, telling them that I'm going to send this to them. And I'm going to remind them and say, hey, Cindy, you remember how you found me on Google? Well, guess what? It's your turn to put a review on Google. So the next person will be able to find me as you did. So I'm kind of creating this kind of buy-in on that. But you insert, you take a minute, just click on the insert link and I put the insert there. I'll be logging into Gmail account. It will really help me if you mention the situation I helped you in, the location of the property, the quality, the customer service, the turnaround time, price, whatever it might be. I don't want them to sit there and just talk about Eric did that. Eric was so wonderful. Eric, I want them to say, Eric helped me sell my recently deceased mother's home, that he did such a great job. When we closed 3 houses 4 years ago on probate sales, it was all about probate. And I was getting serious amount of calls about probate and other family members needing and assisting it just made me create and want to go get educated on more probate just because it was so generic and organic because they mentioned it. People were saying, find me an agent who handles probate, and my Google reviews had probate in it. So they called me and says, I see that you have some good reviews of some people that helped out on some probate situations or some deceased relatives. Can you help me do the same? Because I have the situation that I have. So again, they need to put in there what you're helping them because the algorithms will pick that up. Now, if you guys don't have a pop-by Google Pop-up card, which mine's in the car, you need to go get one, which is about $25. And it actually creates and puts the Google card and the chip inside of it, however it works, where if I'm sitting there, which I did, and I shared this last week, that because Mother's Day is coming up, one of my Mother's Day gifts for my clients is pedicures. I don't do them, kind of creepy. So I go to a place and I have them do the pedicures. And so I set up here in my office. Come on, ladies. Yeah, I won't do that. My assistant's laughing. We set it up. And so I've got 5 or 6 women getting their pedicures, all clients. Some of them I've closed 6 or 7 houses with their family, got the mom, the daughter, and even granddaughter sitting there. And we're sitting there and I walk around with my little Google pop-up card and you just tap the back of the phone. It pops up to Eric Hatch's Google page and they can actually give a review. So I'm taking advantage when I'm at my customer appreciation parties. I'm saying, I know you guys have given me Google reviews in the past, but let's just do it since we're just sitting here and you don't have anything else better to do other than just relax. So it was nice. So they were actually doing that. And then one of my social media gals, I love, 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 love her. She's amazing. She just posts me everywhere. And I've closed 2 houses with them now. And they're super cute, little young child. She's a teacher. And she just like when she posts and thrashes it all, she puts me everywhere. And so, we get those type of people that are your mega fans. And he goes, oh, look what Eric just did. Oh, he's the best realtor in the world and stuff. So it's amazing. Okay, just checking. Wow, we got 15 texts all of a sudden. I don't know if you want to look at any of those texts, but you can check things out because I think there's one for a listing change on Austin. All right, so Google pop-up card, really important. I used to have a dot card that actually was the same thing, was a business card where you could just tap the back, which is great. I've kind of gone into a different card, which is on my phone now that I can just give them a QR code or I can text them that too. But you can, if you don't have you want to get a pop-up card, you can do that on Google and also a dot card, DOT. All right, so this is where it was right here. So this scroll down, ask for the reviews, click on that. Then it's going to give you the link. If you want to put that link straight into here, you can, or you can go to bit.ly.com, change it, make it more, kind of custom to you, drop that in there right there. Okay. All right. So now there's the map pack. So this is something different. So now you've got your business set up. My daughter, who just started real estate in Salt Lake City, she actually has just got a Google review. I think she shared it like 2 weeks ago. She got another review, or got Google review, sorry, a Google buyer that came in, and she got another buyer, which I'm going to teach you at Summit, how you get that buyer. She actually got them because they found her on Google. She's got maybe 7 reviews. I don't know, 5 to 7 reviews that she's got. She hasn't sold a house yet at all. She's brand new, but people are finding her because you're seeing, this. Now, yeah, 28 years of business, 1 year business. Yeah, that kind of, might change things on something, but they're looking for this. They're looking for the 4.8, 5 stars, the reviews. This guy only has 6, but he's already shown up on the map pack. So he's rotating through that. He is the real estate agent of Auburn, that there's 3 or 4 agents that popping up on there. So and he only has 6 reviews. So you only need a few to be able to start getting some business on that. And so how you get and show up on the map pack is a little bit different. You have to go, there is some monies that you have to actually put behind this, but you can go to the Google services, you get the local service ads, you can generate in local customers, you Google guaranteed. So this is really what it is right here, is the Google guaranteed, that they're actually getting and really vetting you as a true business. And I think they might even go to criminal records or whatever. I'm not sure, but I'll show you what they basically got. But they do a background check. So I don't know what they do with the background check, but that's how you're getting Google screened, Google verified, whatever you want to call it. But look for this, because you'll see if your name is right there, it says Google screened, Google verified. You want to make sure you're doing that, because it just puts you in a higher trusted category, and Google now puts you higher than other people because you've gone through this. And I think it might cost me a monthly fee. I don't know. I don't even seen it, but maybe Jessica knows that's on here too. But you can get this little Google verified, and it comes in, and you check real estate agent and brokers. You go in, you get a business check. It gets in a owner check, a professional check. So it does this, make sure it's checking you. It actually asks you for your professional liability insurance. So you'll go get that from your admin and say, hey, I need my insurance, give me what you got. They'll give you a piece of paper for that, insurance. They'll actually take a picture of your license, of your real estate license, to be able to go in there too. So again, they're doing a deeper verification of this, but it's really critical important, because you want to get screened to be able to be on that rotation. And once you get on that rotation, then it's your Google screen. You got verified. Now you're a partner with Google. And so now you got this badge of trust, whatever that might be. Now they send you a badge, and, you can put it, I guess you can put it on your website if you so wish to do so, but it actually generates your higher algorithms to get you to be on the top. Because I will tell you right now, I taught a class at our association the other day, is 38% of sellers and buyers right now are doing searching. It used to be like 70 something percent of all buyers and sellers would just be what? A referral. Just say, hey, Kristen, who do you use for real estate? Cindy, who do you use for real estate? And they would refer somebody, and they would come over. And it's like 80% of the first people that they meet, they do the business with that person. So it's so critical to be the speed to the lead and be the one that they're actually going to get in there. I had a call that called on Google yesterday and said, Eric, I'm looking at selling my house right away. It was a text. Actually, let me back that up. It was a text email that came through. I called him right there. I'm sitting in Grass Valley, so I'll be there in 12 minutes. He says, really? Well, that was fast. Number one, he said that was super fast. Number two, I just coincidentally happened to be on your street right around the corner. I tend to like to go in with a deeper presentation of my seller presentation, but he already shared on the phone that he already met with 2 other real estate agents. He was interviewing them. And I said, I've got to go right now. Let me go and just, take the situation, meet him. Then I came back to the office, put the presentation together, recorded a video of that presentation, went over my screen. He actually called last night, says, Eric, that's amazing. Thank you very much. I've already got my painter scheduled to go in there. So, I mean, you jump speed of the lead is so critical to be able to do. So get that badge of trust, because the visibility shows you're the location expert. That's what you want. So I want you guys, if you guys actually trigger it, because I know that, Cindy's been in real estate for 25 years. If she goes and says, Google's her name or something, I want you Google your name, you guys go see what your name pops up. But I want you guys to go, if you go best agent in Chico or best realtor in Chico, and you look and see where am I at, and you're 2 or 3 pages scroll down, that's not good. You need to be, right there at the very top. And so that's why we're having this class to be able to get the visibility of you being there. So what do you want to put on some of your Google pages and the videos? Because you can put videos on there too, but these are YouTube, because YouTube and Google, brother and sister. So, because that could the algorithm. So, if you guys have noticed, if you guys Google right now and just Google a neighborhood in Chico, and all of a sudden, stuff might pop up. But what pops up? Because Google loves video, your videos are going to start popping up. I shared this last year that I literally did a video on, and I want you to micro down those videos. You could do Chico, you can do Auburn, you can do Marysville, Redding, but I want you guys to break it down to smaller neighborhood videos, because recently, a year ago, I got a call that was off a condominium complex. I didn't do anything different. I didn't say, I'm going to drive to this condominium complex right now to shoot some video. I literally was in there just already showing a condo in there. And I said, I'm just going to shoot some video right here and share, explain if you're looking for a great condominium complex. Well, I put that video on there, boosted a little bit, got some views. And like 4 or 5 months later, I got a call from a seller in there that said, hey, I see that you're an expert here in our condominium complex because I came across your video. It took me like 5 minutes to shoot it. Jessica probably put it together for me in maybe 20 or 30 minutes. And I got a $5,000 commission on that. So I want you guys to break it down. Like, here's my Lake of the Pines, here's my Forest Hill, here's Auburn, here's Grass Valley. Get down to a neighborhood. So Jessica, my social media manager, and I, every month, we're doing one local. And again, you don't have to do anything crazy. Like you could do all Wednesday if you wanted and go shoot a bunch of video. But if I'm in Alta Sierra, I shot video. I was up at showing a house in this Morgan Ranch community. I shot a video. Just shoot the video. I threw my drone up in the air. I did a little 360, all the way around, bring it down. And now you have a little bit of video for content that you can actually put together later. And if you guys don't have a social media specialist, which most people don't, use Fiverr, Fivver, .com. You just send them. It's like people from all over the world, and you put in your job description, say, I'm looking for someone to put together a 5-minute video, put it to music, and put my intro and extra, and they go, great. And then they'll say, I'll do it for $5. I'll do it for $20. I'll do it for 15. You build a relationship with them. Before I had Jessica, a lot of my community videos were actually done by Fiverr, where I just sent them over, interviewing restaurants or whatever it might be. I'm at Crawdads in Folsom. I'm just hanging out. I'm shooting a video. I'm shooting a video of my food. I'm just, did I go there to shoot video? No, but I just did. And then I have a video now on Crawdads on the water. So it just, don't feel like you have to go do anything different than you're already doing. Just live your life and record everything. My kids are like, oh, dad's camera is coming out again. So, but it's fun. All right, so get those videos. So on your SEO pages, you want to get your SEO jumping on your website, your pages, wherever it might be. If you go to your homepage on your website and you don't even have Eric Catch, I have Eric Catch Realtor Auburn. If you have why list with us, should be more detail in your area served. All titles on your page need to have more detail. You need to have your name, address, and phone number if you could get those on a lot of your web pages. So if you guys have the company provided web page, make sure you're just adding more information about you, about just having that information there so Google will find it. Pictures should have, you can put metadata and give more text and geotags if you want to get deep. Again, I want you to take one thing at a time here. This is pretty deep. This is, if you already have your stuff all dialed in, go for some of these things. But if you don't even have your Google page even set up, don't even worry about this at the moment. Just set that up. But you can actually geotag your pictures and stuff. Google will show a picture on a result page and the links back to your site. Linking, okay, that's backlinking. There's a whole different class on that. But no redirects, which basically, if you guys could take your web page and have everybody redirecting, like at the local schools, if I put web pages and put, here's all of the local school, probably can't do it. It's a bad example, but let's say it's a restaurant, a good friend of mine's restaurant. If I put a link to their restaurant on my website, if they could put a link back to your as a realtor and around on their website, that would be fantastic. And there are some some kind of, I can't remember what that word is. Jess, if you remember what that word is, but you can actually go into some of their websites. Now, these are the nonprofit websites that you can go in. And some of the nonprofit websites, I've actually to do linking like this is I've given them a $20 donation to allow me to put a link on their website to back to my website and to vice versa. So there's some things that you can do, but I can't remember that verbiage on it, but good times. Welcome for the fewer people that just are coming in, and just in time, you guys, for the people that just came in, because we're done. But I did record this, guys. So for those who just came in, appreciate you guys coming in. Thank you. But we're going over SEO and how to get to the top of your of search engine of being there. So any questions you guys have, and answer any questions, and then we can chat a little bit for those who just came on who have any questions as well. But get your pop by card, Google reviews, get your Google. So any success you guys have had of getting a Google buyer that has come in from you guys in the past? Larry, go ahead, Larry.
Well, Cindy asked where you get your Google Pop card.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. Appreciate that. I haven't been watching because it's kind of hard to when you're actually, oh, there's the chat right there. All right. So thank you, Jessica, for my YouTube channel. Appreciate that. All right. If you just Google pop-up card, go to Amazon and say go to Amazon and put a Google pop-up card, and they'll pop up. Some of them are $19, some are $25, but they'll pop up, and just take whichever one that you feel that you would like. Because some of them have a logo of Google, some of them are, I don't know if you can customize it, but just get whichever one that they're all about the same. But thank
Thank
you for checking that. Appreciate you having my back there.
you.
Mm. All right. What other question? Now, again, this is where I will stop the recording. That if go